and welcome to today's video. Today we have some news out of the state of Maine that impacts the 2026 U.S. House elections, where the former governor of Maine, Paul LePage, has officially announced he is challenging Democratic Congressman Jared Golden for the 2nd Congressional District in the state of Maine. Paul LePage served as the governor of Maine from 2011 to 2019. He ran against Governor Janet Mills for a third term in 2022, but was defeated by 13 points. LePage previously resided in Florida after his second term as governor. He moved back to Maine to run against Mills for the 2022 cycle and returned to the Sunshine State after he lost the gubernatorial race. LePage, who is 76 years old, is the first major Republican to enter the race to succeed Golden, who has represented the district since 2019 and won his last re-election in November by less than 3,000 votes. The House Republicans' campaign arm projected confidence about their chances at flipping the district this cycle in a statement. Republicans will win here next year whether this race is against Jared Golden or any other out-of-touch Democrat, said Maureen O'Toole, a spokeswoman for the House Republicans' campaign arm. Mainers are sick and tired of Democrats' radical agenda that raises taxes, puts criminal illegal immigrants first, and prioritizes far-left gender ideology over common sense. Maine holds semi-open primary elections, but is unique in that it uses ranked choice voting in the general election. Ranked choice voting, which has been heavily criticized from Republicans, requires voters to rank their candidates. If no candidate outright wins more than 50% of the vote in the first round of tabulation, the candidate who was the lowest vote getter is eliminated, and voters who cast the eliminated candidate as their first choice then have their votes distributed to their second choice candidate. The 2026 U.S. House race in Maine's 2nd District is going to be very close. Maine's 2nd District, which as of the 2023 Cook PVI had a Republican +6 leaning. After the 2025 Cook PVI, it's now Republican +4, so it did move 2 points towards the Democrats' direction, but it is still a lean Republican district, where a generic Republican versus generic Democrat, the Republican would probably be favored to win. However, this race is going to be Jared Golden, the incumbent U.S. representative, who has declared that he is running for this race. There was some rumors also that he could potentially be considering a run for governor or for Senate as well. But until that announcement comes, we have to assume Golden will be the Democratic U.S. representative, and he has officially declared and has filed paperwork to run for re-election to the House. With Paul LePage running, the Republicans at least have a candidate who they know and have a certain floor of support in this district. Other former U.S. Representative Bruce Paulquin has also expressed interest in potentially running for this race. The Republican nominee in November, Austin Thurl, is also listed as a potential candidate. Cook Political Report has this race listed as a toss-up. Inside Elections has it as tilt Democrat. When you look at the overall House ratings for 2026, Maine's Jared Golden District, Maine 2nd District, is listed as one of the 10 districts that are held by the Democrats that are currently listed as a toss-up race, and for good reason. When you look at the results for the state of Maine in 2024, Jared Golden won after the ranked choice voting tabulation by just 0.55% against Austin Thurl, 49.67%. And just to show you, in 2024, Donald Trump won Maine's 2nd District by approximately 10% of the vote over Kamala Harris. On the same time, Jared Golden won his race by just 0.69% against the Republican Austin Thurl. Maine's 2nd District took a few weeks for the results to be finalized as the ranked choice voting had to take place. So Golden is running in a lean Republican district, and it's also worth noting Golden is often regarded as one of the most bipartisan members of the U.S. House of Representatives. He frequently breaks with the Democratic Party on a lot of issues, so much so he even praised President Trump's tariffs in the beginning, calling them a good thing. So obviously Golden has gotten the ire of a lot of Democrats who are obviously very frustrated with him, but Golden is also likely one of the only Democrats that could keep this district in Democratic hands in 2026. When you look at the U.S. House map in 2026, the Republicans only have a majority of 220 seats, the Democrats 215, meaning the Republicans could lose about 3 seats before the Democrats flip the majority over to themselves. If the Republicans with Paul LePage were able to flip Maine's 2nd District to the Republicans, this would then give the Republicans one more seat, and now Democrats would have to go in and flip 4 seats to be able to get the majority in that. Now, obviously, these seats that I just pointed out are not going to be flipping. I just use them as the numbers example. But Democrats cannot really afford to lose Maine's 2nd District in 2026 if they want to hold the House. The problem is, for both Democrats and Republicans, is the Republicans have the advantage in this district of it being Republican +4 on the Cook PVI level. The Democrats have the advantage of Jared Golden being the incumbent who just won a very close election in 2024 in an election environment that's more likely than not going to be more Republican than what 2026 is going to be. Just to show you the overall House map in 2024, voted for the Republicans 50.6% to the Democrats 47.8%. Just doing quick math in my head here, this is about a 2.8% win for the Republicans nationwide across the congressional vote. Looking at the 2026 congressional vote right now and the generic ballot, Democrats are currently leading by 2.3%. Now, obviously, we're in May of 2025. A lot's going to change over the next few years, and we're going to have to wait and see how this develops. But let's say Democrats do win by 2.3%. Is there a way Maine's 2nd District could go to the Republicans when the national vote is going to be 2.3% for the Democrats, if that is the case? I would argue if Jared Golden is the candidate, probably not. Jared Golden is without a doubt one of the most endangered Democratic representatives in the U.S. House for 2026. Paul LePage running, I think, gives the Republicans a very formidable candidate who has been elected statewide before. However, if the Democrats are winning the national House vote by about 2 to 3%, I think Jared Golden, seeing as he survived in a Republican +3 environment, I think he would survive a Democrat +3 environment in 2026 when Democratic turnout and momentum should be higher than it was in 2024. It should also be worth noting for Paul LePage that in the governor elections in which he won, Maine voted for Mills in 2018 after 4 years of LePage being governor. LePage was elected before ranked choice voting ever took place in the state of Maine. Not saying if ranked choice voting did take place, LePage wouldn't have won, but he was elected governor prior to that happening. He won by 4.8% in 2014, with the Democrat only getting 43% of the vote, a third-party candidate getting about 8.5% of the vote. Back in 2010, LePage won by only 1.7% in a very special case where LePage got 37.56%, the independent candidate got 35.88%, and then the Democratic candidate got 18.84%. So, very special cases here where LePage has won without ranked choice voting. In 2022, the first election LePage ran for governor with ranked choice voting being in effect, it didn't even get to that number, as Mills ended up breaking 50% at 55.7%, LePage got 42.45%, and again, 2022, which was supposed to be a very good night for the Republicans, Maine re-elected Janet Mills by 13.2%. As for this district for 2026, it's going to be very tough, it's going to be very close. If I were going to do an initial House rankings video, I would certainly have Maine's 2nd District as one of the toss-up districts. I think it's very possible that if the Republicans are able to improve their numbers a little bit over the next year, that Paul LePage could certainly win this district in a very close election against Jared Golden. Right now, I would start the race out narrowly favored for Jared Golden, probably by about tilt Democrat at this time. Given his very close victory in 2024, I think given that 2026 should be a better night for the Democrats, I would say Jared Golden is nearly favored to hold on. But the Republicans, I think, land a very good recruit for this district who, despite him being a little bit older, gives the Republicans a strong, solid floor of support of a former statewide elected Republican. That's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a like and click subscribe. Leave a comment below, tell me your thoughts about this video. Thank you again for watching. Again, remember to like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video.